The pandemic, various lockdown and associated restrictions have created an era-defining challenge for the UK's economy and to businesses of all sizes and stages of life. It's clear there's been a shift in the way that London's businesses operate and how they will continue to prosper in the months ahead. But what has the pandemic meant for UK's high-growth companies and their ecosystem of support and, most importantly, investment backing? And what's next for these businesses in 2021? I'll be talking to one of our resident VC experts, Mark Rundall, and fintech partner, Trystan Tether, as well as Rob Taylor from Octopus Ventures to get their views. Mark, how is the startup ecosystem positioned for 2021?
The startup ecosystem as a whole, particularly the VC industry, has been on a phenomenal growth journey since the last recession. 2019 was a record-breaking year for VC, featuring numerous deals in the hundreds of millions of valuations in the billions. But there was also real activity at the startup level. The beginning of 2020 was the same story, but when the first lockdown happened back in March, the funding was switched off almost immediately, with some deals deferred or stopped altogether. But with hindsight, that was a short period. There's now a real underlying confidence in the startup ecosystem in the UK, but particularly in London, which we expect to continue after the pandemic.
What sectors do you think have done particularly well out of the pandemic?
In terms of high-performing sectors, it's the sectors not focused around bricks and mortar or hospitality which have outperformed expectations during the pandemic. In particular, online subscription-based services, healthcare, and companies driving automation are faring well with few funding challenges. The sector focus of Octopus Ventures across deep tech, future of health, future of money and consumer has stood us in good stead. We've started to see companies outperforming their recast budgets, as well as other companies outperforming their original budgets, as they've managed to adapt better than their competitors and turn this situation into a positive. The investment pipeline is looking busy, and we're certainly much more optimistic than pessimistic.
Trystan, what effect do you think Brexit will have on these companies?
I don't think one could deny that Brexit poses at least some challenges for London's leading fintech hub role. In particular, the loss of the ability to create an authorised entity in the UK, which is then able to provide its services across the whole of the EU on a passported basis without any further authorisation requirement being imposed, is of course significant. And many fintechs have created a new entity authorised in an EU member state in order to handle their European expansion. But we certainly have not seen a mass exodus as yet, and London still has an awful lot going for it. In particular, it's a great place to live. It is a great place to raise capital for a fintech business, and it has a regulator which is reasonably predictable, issues a lot of guidance, and is willing to get its mind around innovative businesses. So overall, I actually remain very optimistic about the future.